Barbara's husband was in jail, and she had nowhere to turn. Brad was homeless and addicted to drugs. Michael was a young teenager when his family was evicted from their apartment. They traveled different paths, but they all arrived at the doorstep of the Orlando Union Rescue Mission at the lowest point in their lives. And through the grace and power of Jesus Christ, they found hope. For Barbara, the mission provided a fresh start. Christ-centered mentoring in marriage, finance, and parenting helped redirect her life and priorities for the last 20 years. As a matter of fact, she and her husband just celebrated their 30th wedding anniversary. They're not only marriage partners, but business partners too. They just opened a new soul food restaurant together.
It was a wonderful stay for me. When I first came here, I didn't understand why or the thought of being homeless. But it wasn't until you get to a place like this that you realize that this is not a shelter. It is a home. And they just provided everything for me that I needed.
Brad spent a year at the mission 5 years ago. This is where he earned his high school diploma and eventually became a case manager helping other homeless men. Today, he's a street outreach specialist for another agency and helps homeless people get their most basic needs met through services he connects them with. He says his time at the mission taught him the empathy he needed for his job.
Sometimes it's not a choice why people are homeless. You know, there's all different types of homelessness out there. And being in the mission and working with the guys that would come in overnight, learning that you can't judge a book by its cover. That there's something deep in there that's happened in their lives. They're broken in some reason. And I learned that here at the rescue mission.
Michael was 13 when he, his mother, brother, and baby sister arrived at the mission. Today, he's a 21-year-old college student. Even though he and his family moved out a long time ago, he now works here, mentoring young people who are in the same position he was once in.
And this is where we came to Jesus, so obviously it's why I came back. It's because it's important to me, and if I'm supposed to start my path with God, why not where I met him, you know what I mean? But I wanted to be that person that people remembered from years on after that, and God worked through me to help them grow.
These are just a few of the thousands of lives God has transformed here at the mission over the last 65 years. None of this would be possible without his blessing and the generous support of friends like you. As we approach our anniversary in November, we'll be sharing one of these stories each day for 65 days here at OURM.org. You can read more about Barbara, Brad, Michael, and others who have gone through the program, who are all working, self-sufficient, and now living a life for Jesus Christ. You can also see how you can help us change even more lives over the next 65 years and beyond.
I just can't say enough about the mission. It was the foundation for my life. It set my life back on track. I was able to sit down and gain new vision and purpose for my life. And it's just awesome.